Contact us to avail the combo offer of General Studies and Public Administration optional with 20% discount.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 31st July 2021. Let us see which are the important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the important articles, mains related and prelims related. So let us take overview of all these articles, then we will discuss them one by one in detail. First article on page number 8, two important editorials. First one, law and lawmakers. The context of this particular article is recently the Supreme Court has given one particular judgment regarding the Kerala Assembly violence in 2015 and the criminal proceedings against some of the MLAs involved in damage of public property. Okay, so the context is that one. We have to understand from the GS2 paper polity part some of the privileges and immunities that are provided to MPs and MLAs for their functioning without fear on the grounds of the or the floors of the houses. Okay, so GS2 paper polity part we will discuss from that. Patchwork progress. So context of this particular article is recently the Union Cabinet has given the go ahead to DICGC amendment bill. So what are the provisions in that bill? What that particular bill is seeking to make changes. Along with that, from the context of GS3 paper economy part, how these changes are significant during the pandemic times. At the same time, what more needs to be done in this, let's say, securing the deposits of the people in the banks, right? So GS3 paper economy part. Now, the Supreme Court to hear the plea against snooping next week. Yes, the context of this article here that Supreme Court has agreed to listen to the PIL, especially regarding this particular PIL is regarding to the Pegasus allegations, spyware allegations. So whether what Supreme Court is going to, let's say, look into, that will have the follow up next week after this hearing. Okay, but you should be aware that now Supreme Court has agreed to hear that. Now next, for prelims examination, ozone levels exceeding permitted levels, a particular study by Center for Environmental Studies. So this is talking about the ozone level, that is ground level ozone levels at the in Delhi and NCR region. Okay, so this has been increasing. This is the findings of the study about the ozone gas at in the stratosphere and in the troposphere, how this is beneficial as well as harmful, basics about that ozone gas as a pollutant. Then BRICS plan to counter terror finalized, government. So yes, anti-terror plan of BRICS grouping is finalized. This is good development. Basics about BRICS also we have to learn from time to time. This is going to be the revision, those who are having follow up of this lecture series. Now finally, practice prelims MCQs and important captions and quotations from today's articles. First, law and lawmakers. Now the context, just now we have talked about it, is Supreme Court judgment on Kerala Assembly violence in 2015. So what happened about the incident in 2015? There was actually the violence and disruptions of the proceedings or budget session in Kerala Assembly, State Assembly, floor of the house by some MLAs. Okay, so it has led to destruction of public property and the criminal proceedings were initiated against them. Now recently Supreme Court has said that such criminal proceedings should continue against them, while the Kerala government was contesting that the withdrawal of the, let's say, charges against them is according to the constitutional provisions. However, the Supreme Court has let's say given the other way around arguments. Positives of the judgment, we have to understand that whatever the privileges that are given to these MPs and MLAs for their functioning in a free and fair manner on the floor of the houses, that is not absolute. There is no absolute immunity. First thing, this is the significance of this judgment. The second thing we have to understand is that the violation of the laws even on the floor of the house, that is going to, let's say, attract the penalties or the punishment according to legal provisions here, right. So view of the Kerala CM was saying that whatever the let's say incident that happened on the floor of the house in 2015, that should have been dealt politically instead of initiating the legal and criminal proceedings against MLAs. This is the view of Kerala CM. However, we have to understand the constitutional provisions, legal privileges. So Article 105 and Article 194 of Indian Constitution, this is for MPs and this is for MLAs. This provides privileges and immunities to representatives of the people working on the floor of the house. So this is to ensure that they do not work under any kind of fear or pressure, that whatever they are talking in the house, that will be used against them. Okay, so basically they are having the immunity on whatever they are saying, their views expressed in the house. At the same time, their voting, that will not be used against them. So starting any legal, let's say civil as well as criminal proceedings. This is given in Article 105 and 190. So 194. Okay, this is Article 194. These are the privileges enjoyed by MPs and MLAs. Now you have understood why these privileges have been given to MPs and MLAs. Analysis of the issue and judgment. So in this analysis, we can understand that whatever the withdrawal of the prosecution that was being done, so that decision is of the prosecution. However, if that prosecution is being done, or the decision of the prosecutor is whether it is without any, let's say, pressure by the external authority or not, so that aspect is surely the judiciary can analyze into. This is what the view of the Supreme Court is taken. Along with that, we have to also understand that whatever the privileges are given, they should be used in a responsible manner. They should be used in a responsible manner, and not, let's say, they cannot do anything they want on the floor of the house, okay, and let's say seek immunity against such actions. So violence is not at all accepted. Surely that aspect we have to understand. The second thing is that whatever the incident that happened, okay, the violence and in that particular incident, so those MLAs, surely whatever the case that is going on against them, or we can say the incident or their actions, does not require, or we can say the freedom of speech and expression surely does not require such kind of, let's say, violent actions at that time, right. So this is, in this manner we have to analyze the issue and the judgment, and ultimately we have to also understand that the privileges that are given to MPs and MLAs, they should be used in a responsible manner by the representatives. Fine. Okay, so this is from the polity perspective. You should be also aware that the law in India is not enacted by the parliament regarding these provisions of privileges and immunities, and therefore Supreme Court has taken the reference in this particular judgment to some of the cases and the judgments by UK court. Okay, so there we can understand that the criminal proceedings can be initiated against such kind of actions, against, we can say, representatives of the people. Now moving on to next article, patchwork progress. The context of this particular article is recently cabinet approved the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation Bill 2021. Okay, so the provisions of the bill, or what changes it is seeking to bring, first of all, deadline of 90 days for DICGC to pay the insurance amount or insured amount of the depositors okay in those banks which are, or we can say those troubled banks under we can say the RBI is let's say keeping those banks under the moratorium, right? So for them the deadline is 90 days now. So we have to understand the background of this why such changes are brought. But yes, in addition to this, DICGC is allowed to increase premium charge to banks for their insurance to their deposits. First of all, let me tell you the basics. DICGC was instituted, this particular let's say Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. This is instituted to secure the deposits of the common people which are put in the banks. Now these banks basically pay premium to this corporation, and this corporation ultimately ensures that whenever there is failure of the bank, the deposits of the people are repaid to them. Okay, so this is what we have to understand. Now earlier in 2019 again there was one change made in this particular act, and the amount earlier it was 1 lakh rupees maximum amount for the repayment. Now it has increased to 5 lakh rupees. Now this was also the significant let's say change at that time. Now after understanding this, our finance minister has also said that this will not be applied retrospectively, but it would apply to the cases of lenders already under moratorium. For example, PMC Bank, Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank. So there was crisis, failure of this bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, and then Yes Bank crisis. So yes, we can understand that RBI had put these banks for some time under moratorium, and the withdrawal of the deposits of the people was not allowed. There were some let's say restrictions on those withdrawals, right? So people, especially the common man, or let's say those belonging to middle class income group, right? So those people are facing problem because the cooperative banks and the deposits in them are of those people, right? So in analysis we should understand that for any financial system to work, especially during the pandemic time, it should be reassuring to the depositors that their deposits are safe in the banks. Otherwise what they will do, they will keep the cash with their hands at home. So this is not good for any economy, right? So to ensure a good financial system, we should assure the depositors that their deposits are safe. Fine. So this is very important. Along with that, the banking system is already facing the problem of NPAs, and the people trust in the banking system was eroding. So that's why this is good development in that direction, right? So analysis should be like this, but in way forward we should understand that this is a piecemeal approach, ad hoc approach, as the writer in this article is saying that we should also have appropriate regulatory oversight by RBI. So RBI should tighten its oversight, especially on those cooperative banks. Okay, so rules and norms are to be observed by the cooperative banks, that should be monitored by RBI. So this aspect, along with that, whatever the cooperation ministry that is newly formed, that should allow RBI to have such kind of oversight over the cooperatives bank. Fine. So as a way forward you can mention about this. Okay, now moving on to next article, Supreme Court to hear plea against snooping next week. Yes, so there are allegations of mass surveillance by the state agencies against, let's say, the former and sitting judges, or independent, or we can say that the targets like ministers, lawyers, journalists, civil society and civil servants, all these allegations by, we can say that using military grade Pegasus spyware. So this is good development that Supreme Court has agreed to hear that petition. We will have follow up on this next week when the Supreme Court is going to hear this. Okay, ozone level exceeding permitted levels study. This particular study by Center for Science and Environment has found that ozone levels are exceeding the permitted levels even during the winter in Delhi NCR, making smog more toxic. Okay, so this is basically in Delhi and NCR region study. So ozone, which is highly reactive gas and dangerous for those suffering from respiratory conditions and asthma, is becoming more widespread in Delhi and NCR across the seasons. Basically the ground level ozone is generally formed more during the summer season, but this study finds that it is increasing its levels across all seasons even during the winter, and that's why contributing to the smog and making it more toxic. Let us understand about ozone gas. Basically ozone gas is the triatomic ozone molecule, right? So this particular gas is highly reactive. At the same time it is found at two different levels, and on the basis of, let's say, their location, they are beneficial and harmful. So we know that the stratospheric ozone, which is present up in 10 to let's say 50 kilometers of height in the stratosphere, so that ozone gas is beneficial for us. Why? Because it absorbs harmful incoming UV rays from the sun, and therefore it is Earth's, let's say, atmosphere, and on the Earth's surface living beings including human beings are protected from those harmful UV rays. This is first thing. But the ozone gas on the ground level is also produced as a secondary gas or secondary pollutant. Okay, so ground level ozone is a secondary pollutant, and this is formed through the photochemical reaction between two major classes of air pollutants, that is VOCs, volatile organic compounds, and nitrogen oxides. VOCs and NOx. Okay, they are actually, let's say, this reaction depends on the presence of heat and sunlight, right? Now this ground level ozone contributes to formation of smog, and therefore it becomes more toxic, right? Now when inhaled, it reacts chemically with many biological molecules in our body and in the respiratory tract especially, and has harmful effect. So basically on the ground level, the ozone is harmful, it is secondary pollutant, it is harmful for respiratory organs, it leads to formation of smog or contributes to formation of smog. At the same time, we have to understand that the photochemical reaction between VOCs and nitrogen oxides. Now VOCs and their sources. Okay, chemical plants, gasoline pumps, oil based paints, auto body shops and print shops. Okay, so these are the sources of volatile organic compounds, while the nitrogen oxide is a result primary from the high temperature combustions of fossil fuels. Like sources are power plants, industrial furnaces and boilers, and motor vehicles. So sources of the pollutants, this is very, very important for prelims examination. Okay, so remember this aspect regarding this secondary pollutant. Now next, BRICS plan to counter terror finalized government. So what is this plan? BRICS counter terrorism action plan. BRICS counter terrorism action plan has been finalized. There was let's say discussion, online discussion, virtual discussion of 6th meeting of the BRICS counter terrorism working group that was held recently, and it has finalized this action plan. About BRICS grouping, basics about BRICS, yes, the acronym is for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. This was formed in 2009. Okay, first BRICS summit took place in 2009, Russian Federation. At the same time, The chairmanship of the forum is rotated annually according to BRICS acronym. And at present India is the chairman this year. Okay, so Africa later on joined this grouping in 2010. So acronym earlier BRIC, later become BRICS. Every year Leaders Summit is convened annually. Now BRICS nations signed BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement in 2014 as a part of Fortaleza Declaration, 6th BRICS Summit. Already UPSC asked in 2014 or 15 prelims examination about this Fortaleza Declaration. It is related to BRICS Summit, 6th BRICS Summit. Okay. Now this Contingent Reserve Arrangement aims to provide short-term liquidity support to the members through currency swaps. Okay, so it helps in mitigating balance of payment crisis, BOP crisis situation, and further strengthen financial stability. Fine. Now we have to also understand that Fortaleza Declaration also led to formation of New Development Bank. New Development Bank is by BRICS. So BRICS banks, it is also called as BRICS Bank. So during 6th BRICS Summit, Fortaleza, leaders signed this agreement of establishment of New Development Bank, and its headquarters is in Shanghai. So some of the banks like New Development Bank, AIIB, Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank, so their headquarters, and we can say that when they were formed, that becomes important for prelims examination. Okay. Now this question, try to solve this MCQ. Okay, so look at the statements. We are talking about ground level ozone gas, and we have to find the correct statements. Right, it is formed through interaction of volatile organic compounds and sulfur dioxide. This is incorrect. Rather, there is reaction with NOx. Okay, nitrogen oxides. Volatile organic compounds and NOx. This is photochemical reactions in the presence of heat and light. The reaction happens. So we can understand it is secondary pollutant. Yes, secondary and primary pollutant. Primary pollutants are, let's say, directly ejected from the source of the pollutions, but secondary pollutants are those pollutants which are formed after reaction between the primary pollutants. These are primary pollutants, these two. There is reaction between them and the secondary pollutant is formed. Right. So this is incorrect statement. It is harmful for respiratory organs if inhaled. So this is correct. Impact on human health. It contributes to the formation of smog. This is also correct. So answer should be 2 and 3 only. So B is the correct option here. Fine. And finally, we found some important caption there in this article. Editorial: legislative privileges and parliamentary free speech are necessary elements of lawmakers' freedom to function. You can use this statement in your answers. Okay. So polity related when we are talking about the privileges to the MPs and MLAs. Fine. So yes, these were important articles. For further information about 400 Dreams batch and the, let's say, test that is being conducted for admission to this test, the scholarship is being provided for the admission to 400 Dreams Foundation batch at Lukman IAS. For more information about that, visit our website. Thank you.
Contact us to avail the combo offer of General Studies and Public Administration optional with 20% discount.